Hello and welcome to the day ahead. It is Thursday, July the 10th. I'm Andrew Gagan. Well, the local share market is set for a strong start with ASX futures up around 0.5%. Global stock indices rose overnight as President Trump issued final tariff notices to 7 trading partners. European shares closed at a 4-week high, led by the banks, on expectations of a trade accord between the United States and the EU. US indices closed higher after Federal Reserve meeting minutes spurred hopes that the tariff-induced inflation pressures would not derail interest rate cuts this year. But the headline on Wall Street was Nvidia, briefly reaching a market capitalisation of $4 trillion, making it the first company in the world to reach the milestone and entrenching its position as the stock favoured to tap into the ongoing surge in demand for AI technology. Nvidia achieved a $1 trillion market value for the first time in June 2023 and tripled it in about a year, faster than Apple and Microsoft, the only other US firms with market values above $3 trillion. Other market boosts in the session came from Amazon and Microsoft, which now has a market capitalisation of $3.75 trillion. AES Corporation rallied on reports that the power provider was exploring options including a sale. Boeing shares advanced on a broker upgrade as the aircraft manufacturer reported that its deliveries in June increased 27% on a yearly basis. United Health Group shares slipped on reports that the US Department of Justice is investigating how the health insurer deployed doctors and nurses to gather diagnoses that increased its Medicare payments. And Linda Yaccarino, chief executive of Elon Musk's ex-social media site, is stepping down just months after the platform was acquired by the billionaire's AI startup XAI. This as X deleted anti-Semitic and pro-Hitler posts by its AI chatbot Grok. Tesla shares slipping about 1% on that news. Well, President Trump has issued final tariff notices to 7 minor trading partners, while he says he's close to a deal with its biggest trading partner, the European Union. He said he would probably tell the EU within days that the rate it could expect for exports to the US, adding that the 27-nation bloc had become much more cooperative, saying they treated us very badly until recently, and now they're treating us very nicely. It's like a different world. Well, the president also stated on social media that as of August 1st, he would impose a 20% tariff on goods from the Philippines, 30% on goods from Sri Lanka, Algeria, Iraq and Libya, and 25% on Brunei and Moldova. Minutes from the Fed's last meeting noted considerable uncertainty about the impact of tariffs on inflation, with most officials noting that tariffs could have a more persistent impact. Meanwhile, US wholesale inventories for May showed a 0.3% decline during the month, while sales fell 0.3% on the month. And following a better than expected 10-year note auction, the US 2-year Treasury yield fell to 3.85%, the 10-year down to 4.34%. And the US dollar hovered near more than 2-week highs against the yen. Yet despite recent gains, the dollar index, which is measured against the greenback 6 major peers, is still down more than 6% since the April 2 Liberation Day reciprocal tariffs were announced. The Aussie dollar currently at 65.4 US cents. And Bitcoin is in reach of a record, climbing above 111,000 US dollars. Taking a look at commodities, Brent crude futures were almost unchanged at $70 a barrel. US copper futures widening their premium to the London benchmark, reflecting President Trump's plan to impose a 50% import tariff on the metal, although the COMEX futures latest eased around 2.5%. Iron ore remained at $95 a tonne, and gold edged higher, up around 1/3% at $3,310 an ounce. Locally today, we get the monthly business turnover indicator for May and CBA's household spending indicator for June. That is your day ahead. See you again tomorrow.